You spent a long time with the social worker.
I was telling her about my baby. She was very understanding.
I'm in charge of this cell block. You tell your problems to me. Got it?
Looks like Snow White's arrived. Real tough cookie planned the perfect murder. Too bad you didn't ditch the poison in time.
Why can't they put her in another cell block? We got no room for her.
But this was not my choice. They assigned me here.
We seen that big estate of yours.
It's my sister's.
Hey, we had another princess in here once. How long did she last?
Not long. Hey, honey, if you got your hair cut, you'd be a lot cooler.
Gabrielle,
Oh, Vicky, how are you?
I'm very frightened for Tina.
Are you angry at me for taking Al away from her now?
No, not at all. You're his mother, and he belongs with you. In fact, I'm very proud of Tina for having had the courage to face that and for doing what was best for the baby.
I promised her that she'll be part of his life.
I know, she told me that.
You know, every time I hear the car pull up, I keep hoping I'll see Tina. With her talking 100 miles a minute, and I wouldn't even care if she was babbling on about one of her schemes. As many times as I wanted to wring her neck, I can't believe she's been convicted.
I know. I wanted to tell you how much we appreciate everything you did for her. I realize how difficult it must have been for you.
Is Al still asleep?
Yes, he is. Gabrielle, Heron tells me that you want to leave Landfair.
Yes. I just can't make up my mind whether I should take his stroller or anything else for that matter. Tina bought everything for Al.
Well, I think she would want you to have everything, of course. Wouldn't you reconsider and stay on a while longer, though?
Vicky, I think it's best if Al and I find a new home.
What, best for you and Al?
And you and Clint.
The thing is that we have really come to love the baby, and we've so enjoyed having you here, too.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Where would you go?
The Holden Towers to begin with until we could find somewhere else.
Are you going to go back to work for Delilah?
Yes.
And what about the baby? What about Al? You going to get a sitter for him or what?
I thought that I'd take him to work with me. He'd have Sammy to play with.
The thing is that Kim would really love to keep an eye on him while you were at work.
Vicky, you don't have to do this to make up for Tina's deceits.
I know I don't have to. Only Tina can do that. Actually, what I'm doing is for purely selfish reasons. See, Clint and I are not the only ones who love the baby. My children love the baby, too.
As I know they must be very confused with everything that's happened.
Yes, they are. They are very, very upset about Tina going to jail. They love her, and they're great pals with her. And right now, to take Al away from them as well would be very, very tough on them. Maybe you could just stay until things settle down, until we all regain our equilibrium.
I wonder if we'll ever be able to do that.
Well, we might do it easier if we helped each other.
Yes. I suppose you're right. Vicky, thank you. Al and I would love to stay on here.
You don't have a monopoly on concern for Tina. Jeff and I care about her safety as much as you do.
I didn't come here for a speech, Judith. I came to see if you had a plan to release Tina, and all I find is that you're sitting on your hands.
Oh, we have been working every waking hour on this case. There are 10 bills of exceptions in this brief that I intend to use for an appeal. Now, if I forgot to include something, please be my guest.
Oh, and just how long is it going to take the court to process this?
Well, I don't really know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Until then, you better be satisfied that we have done everything we
I
can.
was satisfied that you were going to get Tina acquitted. Now, you got me wondering just how hard you're working to get her released.
Max, the very sad fact is that Tina was convicted because she wasn't open enough with me. If I had known about the baby, I would have prepared a totally different defense.
Great. Oh, it was Tina's fault. That
No,
was
I'm not placing blame. I'm simply stating facts, painful as they may be. Did you read the interviews with the jurors in the newspapers? They were convinced that Tina was innocent until this bombshell about the baby exploded. Then they concluded that Tina could lie to you and to me and to Jeff, to anyone. And why shouldn't she lie about Maria's murder? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some work to do.
And what about your relationship with her? The whole town knows how hot and heavy that is.
My relationship with Herb is none of your business.
Maybe it is. If it interferes with your commitment to Tina.
Hold it! Don't you say another word. How dare you suggest that my personal life has any effect on my objectivity in a courtroom? You better go read some facts before you make any more wild accusations.
I think the facts here are pretty obvious. You blew Tina's case because you and Herb are lovers. You care more for him than you care about your client.
No pushes me around, Princess. What should I do, Gladys? Mess up her face or bust her ribs?
Back off, ladies! Get lost, Moffat! You want to start a trouble, you do it in the exercise yard, not in my cell block. Let go of her. You start a fight, and you'll find yourself on latrine duty for the next 10 years.
But it wasn't my fault. She grabbed my hair.
Don't mess with these girls, Robert. Until your fancy lawyers get you out of here, you behave yourself, understand? Now, come on. Your cell's this way. No more room at the inn, ladies, so you got yourselves a new roommate. Hey, Reg, this is Tina Roberts. Her name is Eloise Ragsdale, but never, ever call her.
Hi, Rex.
No muscle tone.
You gotta keep a body in shape.
Yeah, that slop they serve at the mess will put 10 pounds on you in no time.
This is Maud.
You're a tiny little thing. Pretty, real pretty.
Thank you.
Murder one, huh, honey?
How long have you been in here?
Oh, 7, maybe 10 years. I've lost count. Doesn't matter much. I'm in for life.
Well, aren't your lawyers going to do anything about that? Like try to get you out on appeal?
Appeal? I'm guilty. There's nothing to appeal.
You're guilty of murder?
5 murders. All lonely spinsters I did a favor for. Saved them from more miserable years. Knitted them each a nice sweater before I said goodbye. You could use a nice sweater for winter, couldn't you?
The law allowed you to change your name, but you're still nothing but a common whore who plied her trade at the Palomino and the oil fields of Nevada.
How did you find out that information about
Well, I have my sources, and I can provide the proof. But I don't think that would be necessary.
I want to know how you found out that information
All you need to know is that unless you accept that payment and leave here forever, everyone in Landview will know about your past.
You know, I was forced into that lifestyle. But I'm sure you don't care about that.
You're quite right. I don't. The fact remains you were a prostitute. If I expose your past, you'll lose everything. So if you value your reputation, you'll buy a one-way ticket back to Nevada.
The only thing I value is my daughter. And she knows my whole story, and she still accepts me with love and respect.
Mary Lynn is young and impressionable. And no doubt thrilled to have found her mother after all these years. Oh, I'm sure that you were very skillful in getting her to accept your past. But what a tragedy for your lovely daughter. To see her mother become an object of public scandal and ridicule.
So that's the way you want to play this. Let me tell you something. I confided in Charles about my past.
My son knew.
Yes, he did, and he didn't care. And I'll tell you something else. He confided in me about his past. He told me he made many mistakes over the past years.
What did he confess to you?
He confessed to me that he had an illegitimate son named Jeffrey McGrath. Oh, don't worry, Elizabeth. I don't intend to make his secrets public if you don't intend to make mine public. You can't afford to damage your reputation or Charles's. You've got everything to lose in this. Not me.
Matron? Matron? Could I talk to you privately, please?
This is the best I can do.
How do I get out of here?
You're asking me to help you break out?
No, just to know how I get out of this particular cell block. I can't stay here.
The warden assigns the inmates to the cell blocks.
Well, I know, but you must have an awful lot of influence around here, and plus I've always heard that anything is possible in prison if you have some money.
Even if you did have the dough,
I do. Look. Look, it's $100, and I have more. There's plenty more where this comes from, please. I need to have a private cell. I can't be around all these other people.
You say there's more where this came from?
Yes, please help me.
A bribe for a special favor, huh?
It's not a bribe. No, it's a gift. Just to get me into a different cell. That's all. I'll go crazy if I have to stay here.
You're already crazy if you think I'm your friend. Hey, ladies! We got a real winner here. Oh, yeah? $100 for a bride. I'll hold on to it for you. If you kept it these undesirable steal
Hey, Muffet, send her to solitary. That's real prizes.
No, ma'am. She is staying right here. And to show her what I think of bribes, I'm putting her on scrub duty. Princess, I want this floor to sparkle like diamonds.
For your information, defending Tina destroyed my relationship with Herb.
Are you going to tell me you didn't let Herb run roughshod over Tina on the witness stand?
I never wavered in my support for Tina to prove her innocence, and it cost me dearly. I did everything legally and humanly possible to help her.
Then explain something to me. Why did Herb know that Al was Gabrielle's son and you didn't?
I knew that she was withholding something, and I begged her to tell me, and she didn't. Now, I'm really tired of this interrogation. Just take your suspicions and your accusations and get out of here.
Sure. But before I do, I want to give you fair warning. I'm going to get her out of that hellhole no matter what happens. Or who it hurts.
Exit. I came to offer my condolences. I'm very sorry about Charles.
Thank you. Flowers were lovely.
I suppose you've seen the scandal sheets.
Oh, yes.
Did you know Charles was planning to marry Lee?
No, apparently they married on impulse.
How's Elizabeth?
Devastated. More about the marriage than Charles's death. Oh, and there was another little shocker. Mary Lynn Dennison's Lee's daughter, and they came to the memorial service, and Elizabeth was absolutely dreadful to them.
That's too bad. When I heard about Charles, my first instinct was to drive over to your place to be with you, to comfort you. Judy, look, I know there's a lot of anger between us, and I know that our problems aren't solved easily.
If at all.
Does that mean you don't even want to try?
You want to apologize for your courtroom tactics?
No. I followed my conscience, honey. I did what I thought was necessary to support my convictions. That has nothing to do with you and me.
Sorry, Herb, I just can't separate the issues.
You know, you're very important to me. I mean, I was very happy. I was doing my work. I was living the bachelor's life. And then you came along and I realized how miserable I'd been. I didn't even care if you were a lousy bowler.
I've gotten pretty good, haven't I?
You stick with me, I'll make you a contender.
Oh, Max and I had a very ugly scene. I think he's going to give us a lot of trouble.
The hell with Max. Right now, you and I are what's important. Okay, let's compromise. Let me take you to dinner. All right? You tell me the problem with Max, and then we'll take care of us. We'll find out where we stand. Is that fair enough?
Sure.
You ignored the most important point of battle, Elizabeth. Know your enemy. And never underestimate him or her.
Just tell me your demands. Go revel in your victory elsewhere.
Elizabeth, please, I know you are in pain because of Charles's death, but why don't we just stop this anger and this bitterness?
What is it you want?
I want you to accept me and my daughter into this family. I want you to give Mary Lynn the same respect you give Kate. And I want you to apologize to her for the rude and arrogant behavior you gave this morning.
What else?
That's it. I don't care about anything else except my daughter, now that Charles is gone. And you know, he would have accepted us into this family, and I want the same thing from you. Mary Lynn is very sweet. And she is very sensitive. And if you hurt her, I will fight you with every low, down, dirty tactic you have ever used. Do you understand me?
You've made your position quite clear.
You promise you will accept us into this family.
Very well, I promise. Good.
Hello, Elizabeth. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, Alex. This is my lawyer, Alex Oliver. This is Lee Halpern.
This is Lee Halpern Sanders.
Ah, well, how do you do?
Hello.
Oh, I brought the papers.
Don't bother with them.
No, don't bother with him, Mr. Oliver. There will be no annulment. But I would like to know, just in approximate terms, what I can expect from the reading of the will tomorrow.
Over here. You're a real Tinkerbell princess, but we're gonna toughen you up in no time. Hey, for $100, I'll call the beauty parlor and make an appointment for you.
More money.
Oh, you can get it from your sister.
I can't. I lied.
Dumb princess. Very dumb.
When I get through with you, you'll need one of your fancy doctors to stitch up your lip and set your broken nose.
Come on. Sugar, Fontaine. All right. All right. Safe now. Thank you. Back off, Rags. No one orders me around, Fontaine. You know something? I think you need to pick on someone your own size. Makes you look bad, you know? Real bad. Come on, let's get out of here before we get ourselves killed.
It's like everybody was afraid of you.
Tina, listen, I made up my mind when I first got in this place. I am not going to let anybody intimidate me. Listen, you were going to be fine, okay?
No, I am never going to be okay, not as long as I'm in here. I mean, it was hard enough having to deal with the female kinds. Now I've got to deal with all these men, too.
It's Warden Perkins' idea, the co-ed lounges. He thinks it's going to get rid of some of our worst instincts. Personally, it frustrates me. I can imagine what it does to the guys.
Yeah, that's real reassuring.
Listen, Tina, one thing, rule number one, you don't let them see how scared you are, because they're animals. They look for the weaker ones, and they go after the weaker ones. Now, you show them you're tough. They will have nothing but fear and respect for you. If you show them that, they'll leave you alone.
I don't know that I can ever do that. I think I'm just going to have to hope that Max and my lawyers can just get me out real
Stop
soon.
thinking about that. You can just forget about the outside, because it doesn't exist. I am not trying to frighten you. I'm trying to make you understand. The more you think about freedom, the less your chances of surviving are in here. Now, I'm fine. This is it for you. If your lawyers get you out, great. Just don't count on it.
I'm never free again. I'm going to die.
No, you are not going to die. You're going to survive and do it just like the rest of us, one day at a time, until it gets to be a routine.
I think I'm going to be sick.
You're late.
Got tied up. Jerk decided to pull a knife on the guy in the cell next to me. So I had to lend him a hand. I think I broke it.
No, it's sprained.
Take it easy.
Right. No break. I'll get you some ice.
I thought I could check into the infirmary for a little tender loving care.
Don't start that again. You know the boss doesn't like his employees fooling around.
How's he gonna know if we just...
He knows practically everything that happens in this joint. You're so starved for sex. Go romance Miss Manners. She's crazy about you.
You making any progress with Frank Montaigne?
No, he keeps swearing he didn't hide any money anywhere.
Yeah, well, Sue and Leonard say differently. And the boss issued new orders. If Frankie won't pay his debt, we make life very difficult for his beautiful wife, Sandra.
That'll be my pleasure. Putting that cold fish on ice where she belongs.
Oh, don't tell me she didn't respond to your romantic overtures.
You know, Dixon, one of these days, I might just have to waste you.
Oh, it'll never happen. You need me.
I'm gonna go lean on Frankie.
Oh, by the way, an old pal of yours arrived today.
Yeah, who?
Tina Roberts. You just missed her.
Well, not to worry. I'll catch up with her.
You spent the last 2.5 hours with a lawyer?
That's right. We went over all the options. I think we can get a retrial.
Did you discuss this with Judith and Jeff? I mean, do they know you're talking to another lawyer?
No.
But they are representing Tina.
Vicky, I don't think it'd be a very good idea. You see, Judith loused up the case. And since she is the subject of the suit we filed, I don't think it's a good idea to have her file it.
I don't think I like the sound of what's happening.
Herb and Judith have been, bed partners for quite a while now.
I know that.
Yes, well, they were spending nights together during Tina's trial.
Max!
Hey, I'm sorry if I offend you or if I've embarrassed you.
You do not offend me or embarrass me, but this has absolutely nothing to do with Tina's conviction.
She didn't have a chance in that courtroom. That is why I'm pushing for a retrial on the basis of collusion between the district attorney and the counsel for the defense. Now, I need to file the motion in the next day or so, and I can use all the publicity I can get. So if you would help by getting the banner to run a front-page blitz, we can embarrass the legal system to the point where they let Tina go pending the appeal.
Max, you cannot be serious.
I want her out of prison.
Well, so do I, but that's not the way to do it. For heaven's sake, listen to me. Herb Callison and Judith Sanders have had very distinguished careers. To subject them to a scandal like this would be appalling.
You want appalling? Judith blames the conviction on Tina.
Tina's lies adversely affected the jury. I do not believe that Judith Sanders blames Tina for the conviction. In fact, she feels terrible about it.
Oh, yeah, I bet she feels real bad. She sets up a lousy case, loses, collects a pile of money. Meanwhile, Tina goes nuts in Statesville.
Judith is a very caring and committed woman who believes in Tina's innocence, and she did her very best with this case. And as for Herb Callison...
Herb ripped you apart on the witness stand.
Of course he did. That's his job. I do not believe he was guilty of misconduct.
Great. You're going to protect your friends at the expense of your sister.
It is not a question of choosing sides, Max.
The hell it isn't. Now, we have got a 1 in a million shot of saving Tina here. If you really love her, you'll help me get this retrial.
Planning to work all night?
No, just a few more hours.
Well, I mean, are you safe here by yourself?
Yes.
Where's Jeff?
Oh, I haven't seen him since the memorial. He was very upset by Charles's death.
I thought they were bitter enemies.
So did I, but he said that Charles was very nice to him and his mother in Mendora. I can understand that. I just know Jeff is going to react very badly to Max's latest tirade. He's as hot-tempered as Max.
Well, getting into a brawl won't solve anything.
Would you help me convince Jeff of that, please?
Look, Don, it's possible that Max is just sounding off, and he might calm down and see how idiotic this whole thing is.
I don't think he's going to calm down until Tina's out of prison.
You know that I will do whatever I can to protect you.
Oh, yes. Well, your career is on the line, too, isn't it?
I'm not thinking about my career. I'm thinking about our relationship.
Herb, you had a chance to prove that, and you didn't.
Back to Jamie again. Now, you feel that my going to see Jamie was a personal betrayal, don't you?
Oh, well, I thought you'd be tough, but I also thought you'd be fair and decent.
Judy, I played by the rules. I had no legal obligation to hand my game plan over to you.
You had a moral obligation, Herb. I thought we were after the same goal.
I think justice was served. And you would, too, if you'd won.
Nobody won. We both lost.
Judy, look, can't we just forget this damn trial and pick up our lives? Honey, look, if you take on another criminal case, I will turn the prosecution over to one of my assistants. We will never go... Judith, I love you.
Sorry, but at the moment it's not enough.
Well, I hope someday it will be.
sandwich after my last class.
What? A sandwich, Mary Lynn? No, you've got to stop this. You have to have more than a sandwich. You need a balanced meal.
Mom.
Sorry, not going to give up on this.
Did you ask to see me so you could lecture me on good nutrition?
No. No, I wanted to tell you about my talk with Elizabeth.
You went to see her after the way she treated us at the memorial service?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I know she's upset about her son, but she was inhuman to us.
Yeah, I know she was. I know. And I talked to her, and I told her I would not tolerate that kind of behavior, especially towards you. And I made her accept me, and I made her accept you. She's not going to humiliate us again, I promise.
Well, what about Kate?
Well, I hope in time that she's going to accept us, too.
Mom, I know it matters a lot to you. But to be really honest, I don't care whether they accept me or not.
Yes, well, you know what, honey? I do care if they accept you. I am Charles's widow. You are his stepdaughter. We are going to inherit 1/3 of his estate and everything that goes with that wealth, and I want them to accept us. Oh, Mary Lynn. We're going to be moving in the highest circles now, and I want you to have everything, anything you want. What do you want? You want an apartment near the campus. I'll give it to you. And an expensive car. We will go on a shopping spree to end all shopping sprees.
I have never wanted a lot of money. I don't care about expensive cars and fancy clothes and rich friends. I never have. And I don't care about all that now.
I will not put Judith and Herb's affair on the front page of the Banner so that you can get a retrial.
Vicky, I hoped you would understand.
I understand all too well. And I'm stunned that you could be so cruel and insensitive. You are not the only one who cares about Tina, you know that? Judith Sanders cares about her. And you are wrong to assume that she was to blame. You are also wrong when you assume that Herb has any control over her. She's much too independent.
And Herb is such an honorable man. He used every dirty trick in the book to get Tina sent to prison.
Max, there are legal, ethical channels. There are all kinds of appeals.
Yes, which take months, years. Meanwhile, Tina is rotting away in that prison, and I will not let that happen. I'm going to take action, and so should you.
Well, I have already taken action, all right? I'm getting myself appointed to the Prison Reform Committee. Dorian resigned as a vacancy. I have a very good shot at it.
And exactly how is that going to help Tina?
Think, Max. I would have unlimited access to her in prison every single day. I could make her life a good deal easier, and I will be able to use my influence to press for her release while the appeal is pending.
I'm sorry, it's not enough.
Why don't you use all these pent-up energies to go and prove that Maria Roberts was trying to kill me?
I tried that already. When Tina's case started, I came up with Zip.
Do not attack Judith and Herb publicly.
It's the fastest way to make things happen.
You are going to ruin two very good people, and you are not going to help Tina at all.
Vicky, I'm going to do whatever I have to do. I am not going to let Tina die in that prison. I'm going to get her out. Now, either you're willing to help me do this, or I'm going to do it all on my own.
Feel better?
Yeah, if horrible is better than terrible. Yeah, I guess I do. But you know, if you hadn't decided to be my friend, I wouldn't have made it this far.
Tina, I needed a friend too, okay? But you're going to have to learn how to sharpen your instincts, and you're going to have to learn how to be self-reliant.
That'll never happen.
It will happen. But it ain't going to be easy. You hear me?
You know, I really wish we would have met before. On the outside. I mean, we might have once, because I was going to go to Frankie's one night. I was driving there when Maria chloroformed me in my car, so I never got there. But, you know, Vicky said she had a really great time there. Is it true what I heard? Did you really try to swindle the insurance company out of $1 million?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I guess that was my first mistake. My second mistake was letting it get out of control.
Well, yeah, but you saved John and Cassie's lives.
Yeah.
Did you love John?
A long time ago. But it was really always Frank. And it hurts to think how really messed up everything got.
I mean, wouldn't it be nice if we could all just go back and start all over again?
Yeah, I'd love to start all over right now. Sandra, I did not kill her. I didn't. Everything happened just exactly how I said it happened. I mean, I'm paying for something I didn't even do.
You don't have to convince me.
It's just very important to me that you believe me.
I believe you.
You do?
Yeah. Come on, you need some sleep.
No, I think I'm too scared to close
Come
my
on,
eyes.
Tina. Go to sleep. Everything is fine. I'm here.
You mean it? You'll be here?
I'm here. Come on.
I don't know how I'm ever going to repay you.
You just get tough. And we're going to get through this together.
Open the glass. Okay, Miss Gray.
What's the idea?
Relax,
This
lady.
car
You roll
back.
off, Countess. You can take it back yourself as soon as we're through with it.
You will be in plenty of trouble when our friend finds his car gone.
Well, we'll worry about that when we see you, friend. There's a fire underground at the mine.
Underground fire.
Yeah, now shut up and don't annoy the driver.
I'm ready to meet with Tina Roberts.
When?
Tonight, I need your help.
Jim, you're really pressing your luck.
Come on, you're a friend and my business partner. Have I ever denied you any favors?
No.
Good. Then do this for me. It'll be a piece of cake.
Okay. What's the plan?
Just have her in the infirmary tonight after lights out.
Running around with a small-time price-type manner. I was flying to escape from the defense with the rival.
Bring Tina Roberts to the infirmary after lights out. She's in cell block 5.
Right.
Then tell Elizabeth and all the other snobby Sanders that we don't want anything to do with them. I feel so uncomfortable walking into that mansion, and I wouldn't even know how to deal with a servant.
Oh, what? Oh, no, Mary Lynn. We're not going to move into that mansion.
But the way you talk...
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you thought that. No, are you kidding? My God, I want to stay as far away from Elizabeth as I can. And you know what? I think Charles would have wanted it the same way. He couldn't tolerate his mother's complaining. No. Charles has given us a whole new life, but it is by ourselves.
I like my life the way it is. I don't want it to change. Don't you have everything you want already?
You know, when I was a little kid and I wore those hand-me-down clothes and I either had these shoes on that were too big or too small, I used to look out of the window. And I used to watch these rich kids drive by in their big cars with their happy faces and their big smiles and these beautiful little bracelets dangling from their wrists and these lovely cashmere sweaters draped across their shoulders. And I thought, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have that. And you know what? I do. It took years, but I got it. And I got it for us. And I want you to have everything. I want you to have the best education. And I want you to have the best clothes. And I want you to belong to the best clubs. And you are going to travel. Hey, come on. Where's your sense of adventure? You know what? I have this feeling that Charles is up in heaven right now. And he's looking down on us and he's saying, hey, you guys, have a great time. Enjoy yourselves. And you know what I say? Let's make him proud of us. You and I are going to be the toasts of the town.
Perkins. Henry Drake, assistant warden. I've got a meeting in a few minutes, so let's make this brief.
Great. You tell those guards let me talk to Tina Roberts. I'll be out of your face in 10 seconds.
Mr. Holden, this is a prison facility, not a college dormitory. We have rules and regulations which we follow to the letter. If you don't have prior permission to visit the prisoner, you can't see her.
Great. Then you give me permission, we're all set.
I can't do that.
Hey, listen, Drake. This is not a social call, this is business.
Even attorneys need permission slips.
Listen, if you can't bend the damn rules around here, you get me the warden.
Warden Perkins is a very busy man.
Listen! You tell the warden I want to see him now. And I'm not leaving until I do.
You're exhausted. But you just can't sleep, can you? You're afraid of what might happen here in your new home, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Sandra will protect me.
Sandra can't help you.
She can. She's my friend.
Prisoners don't have friends. But you're going to learn that real soon. These women hate you, Tina, almost as much as I do. And they're going to make you pay for what you did to me.
Just get away from me. You're not even real.
Oh, how I'm going to enjoy watching you suffer at the hands of these animals. You see, you're young and pretty.
Stop it. You're dead.
Dead? Touch me, Tina. See if I'm dead. Tina?
Tina? Tina.
Go away.
I'm the nurse from the infirmary.
Hey, what's going on?
Nurse Dixon wants to see Robert.
What the hell for?
She thought a tranquilizer might help the first night here.
I don't need any pills. I'm fine.
All right, so you can thank Dixon. Tina should at least talk to her about it.
Well, then she could come here.
Tina, we're just trying to help you.
Hey,
Listen, you stay out of this. You're going to wind up in solitary.
No. No, please. Please. Don't take Sandra away. I'll go. I'll see her. I'll be okay. I will.
Tough.
Right, tough.
Here in Landview.
Well, this is a nice one. 14 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms.
Oh, come on. What are we going to need with a place like that? We'll need walkie-talkie just to say hello.